Hi everyone, my name is David, and in this video I'll just talk about my thoughts on the suggestions that I am hoping that TechSmith are going to be doing on the captioning and subtitling interface in Camtasia. So over the years we have requested TechSmith to give us the option to be able to position individual subtitles and captions, that is caption blocks, when working. And the reason for this is because you may have lower third graphics here and you want to permanently ban in your subtitles in the video. But when that is available, it shows that if you ban your subtitles in the video, you're going to be obscuring some details. Now, that is one of the most important things that people have been requesting, and up to date, it's not been availed. I've done videos on how to circumvent these by using alpha substation styles, using applications like Handbrake, etc. But sometimes it is really tiresome to keep moving from one application to the next. And as the more you move from one application to the next, then what tends to happen is that you end up losing some quality in the video that you're going to produce. For example, this is the captioning interface inside Camtasia 2020. There are so many things that I may not like about it because, for example, in Camtasia 8, I still use it for captioning because I used to love when I could type on the left and see my subtitles or captions right on the video. Now, whenever you want to type in your caption text, then you type in here, but you cannot see how it's appearing in the background. That is really detrimental, especially when you're working fast and you want to see how everything looks like. So first of all, I'd recommend, can you guys just move back to the left? We can just pull this section to somewhere there and we can type in our subtitles, our captions, so as we watch what is happening here. Secondly, this side is empty. There's nothing happening there. So why not move this ADA stuff there and the font styles and everything else in this direction in some good menus that I'll show in a couple of slides that are coming up. And that way you can free up space so that the canvas where we have the video is easily visible without anything being obscured. The subtitles can be typed in, that is, you ensure that this border comes in here so we have enough space to work on the subtitle. You can even add positioning for the individual caption block that is in X and Y axis alongside an individual subtitle. That is something that would potentially be most welcome if it would happen. So this is Camtasia 2020. I've actually never used it to caption videos because this particular box obscures what I need to see. I only use the import features in Camtasia. Now, this is Camtasia 8. And in Camtasia 8, one of the things I really loved is how fast I do this inside Camtasia 8 because I'm typing on my left as I watch what I'm doing here. Because whether you're doing touch typing or whatever you're doing, then you can easily watch and see how your subtitles look like. Pretty awesome. So I wish that if Camtasia 2021 is being worked on, because I know it should be coming out in about a month or so, then this is something that you guys are considering, or if this is not being considered at the moment, it is something that you'll look into and see if you can incorporate it in future updates, because this would be really awesome, especially now that accessibility of content is at another level. Video consumption has grown exponentially, and we all understand social media videos play without audio, and we want to have open captions in the video. What if there's text or graphics that might be obscured? Then we need to have the option to position. So that's basically what I used to love about subtitling in Camtasia 8. Also, it never had the positioning, alignment for the different subtitle blocks. Like for example, this is one caption block or subtitle block. If we keep adding more, it would be awesome if I could just position this particular subtitle. Just move it up to here. while all the rest remain down here if this was obscuring any type of content. And I know it has been mentioned that you can use callouts, but the way this box wraps into the text is not available in the callouts. Also, it would be extremely tedious to do that. We want to try and keep the uniformity that we get with the caption block, the transparency of the box, etc. So, this is what I've tried to come up with. And we see if you guys can try and adjust that. But before that, let me try and see if I can read just some of the few things that I'd like to see. Number one, is it possible to have positioning of a subtitle individually on the video? I've already mentioned that. Can we be able to have different types of backgrounds? For example, if this is a rounded box, can we have, let's say if you had different speakers, have one in a different color, let's say yellow or whatever color that will really look good. And I do understand there's the ADA compliant. If somebody wants to have that on, just let them have the option to have that available. Now, let's say we also have things like characters per line. Is it possible to have like a checkbox or a box where we can enter the characters that we want per caption line? Like, let's say this particular line. Can we have, let's say, a box where somebody can input and say, all the subtitle files that I'm working on, I'd like them to be 32 characters per line, which according to the ADA is what is recommended. If somebody wants 37 characters per line, that would be awesome. Also, the number of lines per caption block. If somebody wants 1, if somebody wants 2, can we just have that? And once they get to that particular limit, and then you just get a notification that, hey, you cannot continue further. Something else for these different backgrounds, can we style them individually for the different caption blocks? I think I've already mentioned that. Also, as I've mentioned, can we just have the typing option back on this side so that we can see the subtitles or closed captions clearly as we type them on the left? Next up, can you guys support right to left languages, Arabic, etc.? It would be really awesome to have that. Next up, better recognition of languages. Sometimes when you import a subtitle file, let's say it's in whatever language that has special characters, you find that the characters either result in boxes or something of that sort. But when you use the subtitle in other applications like Subtitle Edit that are purely subtitling applications, it's recognized. Can you just try and work on that? Because as we create tutorials, as we create educational content, that would be really awesome to be able to do that. And maybe finally support more caption formats, alpha substation formats, or whatever, XMLs, etc. That would be really awesome to have. But most importantly, can we try and reconfigure the interface, how it looks like, how the ease of subtitling on the particular interface of maybe Camtasia 2021. And now let's look at what I've tried to come up with. So number one, as I've mentioned, can we just have the typing back on this side so that we just do away with this particular section? We free up this particular section and move everything to this other side. Now, I've mentioned about the formatting, maximum characters per line, and this is actually a screenshot borrowed from Descript, where you can set the maximum characters per line. So let's say you're doing your subtitle or whatever, you set the characters per line initially, and this is for the global properties, so that you have the set standard. For example, if you have a client that requires subtitles or closed captions for like 32 characters per line, it would be easy if we could set up the formatting options. Now that would be awesome. The maximum lines per card, that would also be awesome. That is caption block or caption card or subtitle block, whatever whatever word means what you might want to hear. So if somebody wants the ADA, they can still have it. If somebody wants to do it the other way, there is no limitation. They'll just get a notification that the subtitles are not ADA compliant, etc. And then this is the global properties. No issue with that. Now, something that can be added either inside here is maybe the box styles. Can we have, normally there's the rounded rectangle that is usually for the subtitles. Pretty awesome. Can we also have different styles like boxes? And if the boxes are available, is it possible to individually style them? So that would be really awesome. And then we come to the individual properties. For example, if this subtitle block, I'm working on this one, is it possible to individually style it? If I wanted it to move up here, if I wanted it to have a different font, if I wanted it to have a different background color, a different box style, that would be really awesome. And that is something that I believe is achievable to TechSmith for you guys to actually pull this off. And I've also borrowed another screenshot here from Premiere Pro, and these are just boxes for positioning. You can either use the X or Y axis to position the different subtitles, or just click on a box and the subtitle will be at that particular position, and that is predefined. For example, when we do subtitles, this is the default section. So if this the coordinates for that is 36.52 by 93.4, then that is basically the global properties. But for the different subtitle blocks, we can have individual properties for positioning. That would be really awesome to see, because the world is changing. The world is moving towards accessibility. People want to consume video content like crazy, but some of these features are limiting, especially inside Camtasia. You end up having to move from one application to the next to achieve just one particular result. So these are just my requests, and maybe if I'll just try and look at some of the few things. For example, let's say in Camtasia 8, we'll just do this. We just type this. This is a subtitle, and as you type on this side, your subtitle comes in here. Let's say you've reached to the end. You add another one. Another one is here. So it was really awesome doing that inside here. But nowadays, it's really hectic because you can see everything clearly in here. But we also understand that with Camtasia 8, there was so much real estate here and here that could be used for positioning and other things. In Camtasia 2020, now there is where it really gets chaotic. For example, if I try to type the subtitle, now just clicking on this particular caption, if I click on it, enter caption text, I cannot see what's inside here. For example, if I type, this is my subtitle, now I cannot see how it looks like until I click outside. So it's actually quite chaotic. Also, this subtitle is way down here. It would be awesome if it was slightly up, and that is why I've mentioned if you guys can do some like global properties and have the X and Y different position, and then the individual positions for the different subtitles, etc. That would be awesome. Just have this particular section back here. Since this is available, just need to move this section here, and since this menu is movable to this particular section, just leave enough real estate to type the subtitle here as we watch what is happening inside here. Then on this other side, we can have these different properties for the global properties for all the subtitles and captions, and also individual properties. So those are just my thoughts on how I think TechSmith can improve the subtitling and captioning experience in Camtasia. I hope that somebody is going to watch this video If the updates or the changes are coming along, maybe somebody can just say, hey, you just read our mind or whatever. If they are not available, maybe this video can be an inspiration for you guys to work on something of that sort. Hoping to see what we have in Camtasia 2021. Thank you for the awesome job. All the best. Thanks for watching.